Hi, welcome back, Hononegah, Algebra 1. Today we're going to talk about what's called an arithmetic sequence, and this one kind of gets thrown in here just a little bit, but it does go along with some of the things that we have been talking about. But an arithmetic sequence is basically an ordered list of numbers, and each number in the sequence is called a term, and each term is in a position. Now, an arithmetic sequence also, and it doesn't say it here, but I think it will later, is something in which you have to add or subtract the same number each time, and we refer to it as addition, but notice that it's 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 to 25, that it's adding 5 each time. But the term is listed with a subscript. So like this is a sub 1. So an arithmetic sequence, first term. A sub 2, A sub 3, A sub 4, A sub 5. So dot, 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 dot. And obviously you can come to any term. So A sub n. So it can go, and it goes on forever. Notice the dot, dot, dot goes after that. So you can ask for the 50th term or the 60th term or the 70th term. So again, how they position those terms using a subscript. Now, as we said, the common difference then in an arithmetic sequence, the difference between each consecutive number is the same. This difference is called a common difference, used as a D in the formula when we get to that. Each term is found to be adding a common difference. So again, adding 5, adding 5, adding 5. So if it is an arithmetic sequence, you're always adding the same number each time. Now again, that number that you're adding could be negative, so it could be going down, but again, you are adding the same number each time, and that is called a common difference. So write the next 3 terms in this sequence. So first I have to find the common difference. So notice -7 to -14 to -21 to -28. So the common difference, or what they're adding each time, is a -7. So the next 3 numbers, so -35 would be the next number, and then -42 would be the next number, and then -49, and so on. But they're only asking for the next 3. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and stop at. They're telling me the first number is 2. So they're not giving me all the numbers. So they're just giving me a sub 1, and they want to know what the next 3 numbers would be in the sequence. And they're telling me that the common difference is 13. So that means they're adding 13 each time. So if I add 13, and I add 13, and if I add 13, and dot, dot, dot. But again, they're only asking me to do the first 3. Find the common difference in the arithmetic sequence. So all they want to know is what is D in these two. So 13 to 18 to 23 to 25, that is adding 5 each time. This one's a little more complicated. 6.5 to 5, 5 to 3.5, 3.5 to 2. It's going down, so it's a subtraction or adding a negative, 1.5. So again, trying to find the common difference each time. Now, a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4. So they're giving me those terms in the sequence. Well, if I actually want to graph them, then all they want me to do is what is the first term, the second term, the third term, and the fourth term, and then turn those into points. So the point 1, 4. So a sub 1 is 4. A sub 2, or the second term in the sequence, is 8. The third term in the sequence is 12. And the fourth term in the sequence is 16. Now, these are discrete, going back to something that we talked about in chapter. You're not going to connect these right now. Okay, so I know you're going to have that feeling kind of like a scatter plot. But what do you notice about the 4 dots? If you're looking at them very carefully, you'll notice that the 4 dots, or an arithmetic sequence, makes a line. So the points are all in a line, which is why it's put in this particular chapter. It's because ultimately an arithmetic sequence is a line. And if it's a line, so I'm looking at this, and does this represent a arithmetic sequence? How would I know that? Well, if it has a common difference each time, notice that it's going down 3 to the right 1, or the numbers, it's got a constant rate of change, going back again to chapter 3. So I know this makes a arithmetic sequence because it's got a constant rate of change. It's adding 1 each time for the x's and subtracting 3 each time for the y's. Graph it and decide. So the first term is 3. The second term is 6. The third term is 9. And the fourth term is 12. Is it arithmetic? Yes, because again, it's got a constant rate of change. Each term it goes up, it has a common difference of 3. So find the common difference D and then write the next 3. So they're asking, in the next question, they're asking what D is. So what is happening each time? Negative 12 to 0, 0 to 12, 12 to 24. It's adding 12 each time. And so the next number in the sequence would be 36. Add another 12 and add another 12. So this is the questions they're asking, what are the next 3 terms? There is a formula involved. And technically speaking, this is the point-slope formula. An arithmetic sequence is a linear function whose domain is the set of positive integers. You can think of D as the slope, 1, a sub 1 as a point on the graph, and the equation. So here is the equation then of an arithmetic sequence. All you need to know in order to write an arithmetic sequence is what is the first number in the sequence and what is the common difference. So if you know those two things, if you know what a sub 1 is, so whatever a sub 1 is, and you know the common difference, you can write an equation based on those two pieces of information. So let's look at this next one. Write the equation of the nth term. So a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 d. So what is the first term of the sequence? 14. So 14 is your a sub 1. It's the first number. D. Well, this one is going down 3 each time. 14 to 11, 11 to 8, 8 to 5. And the only thing you're going to have to do is distribute and add like terms. So I get 14 plus negative 3n, and I shouldn't have put the plus sign there, plus 3. So a sub n equals negative 3n plus 17. So here's the equation that I'd be looking for. And next, what I'd be looking for is find a sub 50. They want me to put 50 in place of n. So a sub 50 would equal negative 3 times 50 plus 17. Well, negative 3 times 50 is negative 150, plus 17 would be negative 133. Let's go to the next one. Again, what is a sub 1 and what is d? Those are the only two pieces of information I need to have in order to write an equation. A sub 1 in this case is 12. D is going up by 5 each time. So the formula that I need to know is a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Distribute the d and add like terms. Now, it's got a question that goes along with it. Then find a sub 20. So a sub 20 would equal 5 times 20 plus 7. So a sub 20 in this case is 107. So there's two parts to this. A, write an equation. B, find whatever term they're asking you to come up with. When they use this notation, okay, the subset number, that's the number, the n. A sub 20 would be the 20th term in the sequence. Word problem. Online bidding for a purse increases in $5 increments after $60. Write the function that represents. So I'm going to, let's first find the equation. So a sub n would equal a sub 1 plus n minus 1 d. So a sub 1 in this case is 60. So I'm going to put 60 in for a sub 1. And the common difference is 5. So writing the equation, I would distribute. And so a sub n would equal 5n plus 55. With that being said, now let's graph it. And the increments on the side, I'm going to go by 5s. I don't think I can go. Let's go by 10. So there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We got 20, 40. That should be a 60. Sorry. 70, 80. So 1, 60, way up here. 2, 65. 3, 70. 4, 70, 75. All right. They want to know, again, the winning bid is 105. How many bids did it take? So I'm going to take the equation, and this time they're not asking me for n. So the equation that I got up at the top was 5n plus 55. They're asking me what happens if it ends at 105? How many bids had to have occurred in order to get 105 as its final bid? So I'm going to subtract 55 and get 50, and then divide by 5, n would equal 10. So it took 10 bids to get the price up to be $105. Closing. Why is the domain of an arithmetic sequence the set of all positive? Because ultimately you start off with the first term in the sequence, so a sub 1. Write the equation of the nth term. So again, the two things that I need to know what a sub n is, or excuse me, I need to know what a sub 1 is, and I need to know d. Well, in this case, it's 2 to 9 to 16 to 23. It's adding 7 each time. So a sub n equals a sub 1. I'm going to write out the equation again one more time for you. A sub n equals a sub 1, n minus 1, d. Distribute the d, and then add like terms. This would give you the equation. Now it's asking what is a sub 50. That means they're going to put 50 in place of n. So a sub 50 would equal 7 times 50 was 350 minus 5, which would be 345. All right, your homework assignment, I believe, is out of the book. I didn't see it here in the actual notebook, but it is out of the book. So please make sure that you check the Google Classroom. And if you have any questions, make sure you talk to your teacher. And good luck.